Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be talking about how my life changed from school to college to work and back to college again, and like how my health really changed. So at school I was, a normal child as far as I knew, nothing wrong, apart from the bladder problems and the knee problems, but other than that I wouldn't have said there was anything wrong at all. I went to go study at Chippenham College to do media. And just before I was due to start the 2-year course after the first year, I ended up getting work in TV and film. So for me, it wasn't a best option to carry on doing college because I just didn't have the time to do the work, and it was the work that I needed. Anyway, I worked on Casualty. That was one of the jobs I did, and I met Marcus Whitney, who was the makeup artist, because I wanted to be a special effects makeup artist. And he told me about a course in Western being run by Sue Kneebone, who was a BAFTA-winning makeup artist that used to work for Casualty. So it was a no-brainer, really. I applied and I fantastically got a place there. And I ended up quite ill. I ended up getting glandular fever. It was just before I was due to start college, literally just. And I was so ill. I don't think I've ever had an illness apart from COVID that has affected me the way that did. And I couldn't get out of bed. My throat was horrendous. And I remember I had to go to a gig with a friend of mine in London. And I didn't want to go. And it was a madness gig. And anybody who knows me knows that madness comes first in everything, pretty much. I'll go and see them wherever I can. I love them. So yeah, I ended up going, but I was so incredibly ill. And shortly after that, I became a lazy teenager, shall we say. Well, that's how it was portrayed to me. I was struggling to get out from bed in the morning, get out and about, see my friends. I had no energy at all. And this kind of got worse and worse and worse. And when I was at college, I used to live literally across the road from the college, and I was always an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours late into college. And all the other peers in my year group were like, why is she always late? She lives across the road. I couldn't answer them. I'm exhausted. I am physically, mentally and emotionally exhausted. Is it because, I've just lived on my own for the first time, away from my family? I had no idea what was wrong with me. And this went on for years, and it affected work afterwards. After I finished college, how I completed college, I don't know, because I was hardly ever in. Because of this, I physically couldn't get out of bed. I was just awful. I'd cry over how tired I was. That's not normal. And yeah, the very last job that I had in TV and film was on Broadchurch. And I just couldn't concentrate, couldn't do the job, couldn't stand up, couldn't sit down too long. I just mentally didn't have the capacity to be able to carry out the job that I was meant to be doing. And it's no surprise that I never got any more work after that. It really isn't. And that was I'd had all these wonderful, amazing jobs. Casualty, I worked on The Duchess, I worked with Steven Spielberg. I literally worked on jobs that people would dream of, and I lost it because I just couldn't carry on doing it anymore. I couldn't do the hours, I couldn't stand up, and I felt like I let myself down. And again, I had no answers. I couldn't turn around and say, it's because I'm ill, or it's because of this, that and the other. I had no answers as to why I was like it. And that came a year after I got the fibromyalgia diagnosis with the ME diagnosis. And then I found out that it was because I'd had the glandular fever, which is caused by the Epstein-Barr virus, which so many people have had. And yet it does this to some people. It causes awful conditions like ME and many other different things. But yeah, that's what it was. That's what ruined my career, and that's what caused me to be the way I am now.